Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to cover not quite the biggest news of the week with Football Manager 25 being announced, but this one is actually on one of the key features which was not in the roadmap but was on Steam. New volumetric player animations from the real world of football and enhanced graphical fidelity will elevate the matchday experience. Now, what does that actually mean? If we look at this website, which is broadcast now, it's something which it's saying which Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City have installed 38 5K volumetric cameras in their stadiums. So when we're talking about using volumetric data, this is where it's coming from. It's actually the data being recorded in stadiums. Not only that, there are 6 La Liga stadiums that have it included as well. So you can see here the volumetric cameras are pinpointed at different areas of the pitch to pick up this type of information. And they're just quickly going through, obviously, what they all want to say and how they think it's all great. And then we can see here, let me just check. I can see this nice and clearly. Okay, so this is in La Liga. You can see the volumetric cameras are shifting the replay. If this comes into Football Manager, I think this is quite exciting. This is also something which is also in EAFC, and I want to explore that now to see how they've actually been able to implement it in EAFC. So when we looked at what EAFC use volumetric data for, it's actually to fill the AI side of things on the match engine. So let's have a look. This is Mimic in FC24, and I haven't played FC24, but this is really interesting when you're trying to understand what volumetric data animations actually mean. So let's have a quick look. This is called Mimic. So what they're saying here is that they're using real life matches as per what Football Manager are trying to do, and actually use that to map the AI to get it onto their Frostbite engine. Now, the Frostbite engine obviously is slightly different to obviously what Manager have of Unity, but this is what the V is in Hypermotion in FC24.
This has been a dream of ours for many years. Having the ability to get motion capture directly from the real players, the top players playing in the highest possible competitions, that's been a dream. How is that even possible?
There is a set of cameras in the actual stadiums all around the pitch, and with these huge matches played in front of the thousands of fans, we'll be able to capture the exact player motion that happens in the real games.
But they're not relying on just data. The volumetric data is a 360 view around the stadiums. Now, if this is possibly an interesting collaboration, if EAFC have that information, and then you've got Football Manager having access to that information, if it's all governed via FIFA Pro, which is possibly the reason why they both have access to it, this could be really interesting. Could we get realistic animations for players in, say, the Premier League because it's a fully licensed? This is really interesting.
Actions that only a top player in a competitive match could possibly perform.
Really, really interesting. Really interesting. Let's have a look at the other areas in EAFC and see what they actually have used the volumetric data for. And you can see here, look, you've got the red and the blue team. And obviously this is EA graphics. This isn't going to be what it's going to show in real life. But you can see here, look, the volume graphics. You've got the controlling player, you've got the opposition team. It's repeating it on here. Yeah. So they can recreate Haaland's running style by taking his volumetric data to actually analyze. So this is what it was in previous years. And then they say in FC24, this is what they created. Now, if for any reason we get we're not going to get FC24 graphics. I tell you that now, because it's only an 11 gigabyte file size. It's not going to be massive. But if we could get what you're talking about here on previous years, this could be quite interesting. So as you can see there, look, the running style is slightly different. It's much more accurate to what Haaland's actual running style is, they're saying. So you can recreate that. So they have different running styles for different players. Now that is interesting if they can do that. Here we go, look. So their idea is you get better running styles, better player animation from using the volumetric data. So yeah, if we can get anything, and I mean anything like this, where you get much better player animation using the FIFA Pro data and the volumetric data from actual teams, I think this is a winner for Football Manager console, I gotta be honest. Absolutely superb. If you like this video, please drop us a like and subscribe. Until next time, take care.